I'm a ninja, like a shadow in the dark. Perfect mixture, strength, stamina, and heart. Never give up, always finish what I start. In a battle you will see me rip a challenger apart. I gotta win, I refuse to lose. That's about the only thing I refuse to do. I'll give blood, sweat, and tears to reach my goal. I'm focused now, remain in complete control. I know it's mind over matter, I ain't feeling no pain. Go hard or go home, man, this isn't a game. This is what I live for, the very reason I train. So when they speak about the greats, they can mention my name, and I could say I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja.
Wubba up, Chris Wilczewski, and I am here with another episode of Ninja Lab. This week I am super excited because I was up in Connecticut last week with Drew Dressel's gym. It was a super exciting event that I'm awesomely overly hyped to tell you about. And this week we have my event, so I'm even more excited to tell you about that. So let's start right off with the action from last week at New Air Ninjas up in Connecticut. So Drew put together a crazy awesome course. There's a lot going on there. So the females had a little bit of trouble on the course. It was really a foot race through the first couple of obstacles. But let's dive right into the different runs. Coming in at third, we had Elissa Beard. Now Elissa is a new competitor that I've seen. I'm pretty sure she's out of TA Fitness. But let's take a look at her run.
So let's take a look at her run through the steps. She's going a little slow here, but she's making it work. She's getting through there. And this balance obstacle is super tricky, but she's able to, make her way through, taking her time, looking solid. Now, this thing is what really got out. I think almost every female that made it there. No, correct. Every female that made it there went out. So you can see she's having a hard time holding on, hard time getting back to it. She was able to reset, but inevitably, you can check it out here. She's going for it again. She catches it on the hard swing, but when she goes to move, that's it.
Congrats, Elissa. That was an awesome run. You made it through nice and quick, very smooth and controlled through the balance. Now let's jump over to a second place finisher. So our second place finisher was Myra Lamb. Now Myra, again, a competitor that I have not heard of before, but she did phenomenal. So let's dive right into the action on her run.
We can see Myra here going through the steps. She's looking like she's sliding just a little bit, but then when she makes it all the way through, check it out, a little bit of excitement there, getting pretty hyped. Now watch her, she's gonna stomp her way through this, throwing her foot down, maintaining balance, and now going on to the last thing. Again, this thing was just such a killer for everyone. She finally makes contact with it, and as she's going to move, her video actually glitches out, and then the next thing we see is her down on the ground.
So we had two virtually unknown females placing in the top three. So who's gonna round off the top three? Probably a named ninja? No, not a named ninja. We had another newcomer, Megan Beatley. I am so sorry, I can't pronounce it. Anyways, you did awesome, Megan. Let's take a look at your run and see how you did.
Check this speed going through the quad step. She's super fast, much quicker than the other girls. She kind of flew through it, moving side to side. And then on the balance, she made a great time as well, which is why she was able to get first, because it was a race to this ring chuck obstacle. But if she can get past it, she would be the first place finisher. So let's take a look, see if she can. She's struggling a bit here, grabs nice and high, and this move is going to be make or break. You can see she's getting her body position right, trying to figure out where to let go so her weight's not too far into it, but it was a little too much.
Congrats, Megan. You had a phenomenal run. You almost made it through that nunchuck obstacle. If you were just a little bit either stronger on the grip or a little bit more over top of it, you might have been able to get it, but good job. Now, jumping over to the guys' side of the action, we had some really heavy hitters throwing down, so it was pretty cool to watch. Coming in third, we had Joe Duback. Let's take a look at his run and see how he did.
Joe going right into the ring to nunchuck obstacle. He has phenomenal grip strength. You can see he's making his way through nice and easy. And honestly, that's really what you needed to get through this obstacle. It's really hard to grab. Now moving on to the pipe slider, the dismount, always the trickiest part. Check how he disengages the shoulders and a quick pop, making it look nice and easy. Now a little trouble on the pegboard here, trying to make some big moves there to make up time. He was running short on time. Drew really had a fast-paced course going there, but he's able to make it through the pegboard in good enough time and trying to get the last obstacle in before the time runs out, but the time actually runs out before he finishes. but giving a go at the wall. Excellent job, Joe. Congrats on qualifying.
So, second place, we had Zach Day, one of our picks from last week to be in the top 3. He made it there. Finally, we get to talk about Zach on the second half of the video. Let's take a look at his run and see how he made out.
Zach making his way through the balance obstacle. This was a little tricky, kind of like the bungee bridge. You can see he's a little off balance, but he makes it through. Now, this is probably the most impressive part of his run. Crossover technique on the pegboard, making the first one in 2 moves, then coming over to the backside as time's running out, again with the huge crossover moves. And it looked like he was going to try to cross over again to finish, but he quickly made a change, adjusted, drops down. Now, time is running out. He's got maybe 5 seconds left, and he's slipping on the carpet. He's not getting good traction on those shoes. He's really pushing through. You can see that he's digging deep, and time runs out right here as he clears through. Barely makes it. Excellent job, though. Congrats, Zach.
So Joe Duback gets 3rd, Zach Day gets 2nd. Who's gonna get 1st? None other than everybody's pick once he signed up. Joe, the weatherman, Borowski. No doubt about that. We knew he was gonna do well as soon as he signed up midweek. So let's dive right into his run and see why he's one of the top ninjas.
Joe having what you would call a Joe Borowski run. He's making everything look super easy. Check him flying through this bar, arms super extended at 90. Now, easy dismount, doesn't even take more than 1 swing, and making some huge moves on the pegboard, coming around to the other side and skipping like 4 pegs. He doesn't have the crossover technique that Zach does, but you can see the strength is definitely there, making really big movements, and no hesitation at the end, just right into the last 2. And you can see he's getting traction pretty good. And check this, he's looking up, already thinking about the next move before he even finishes the first one, right into the wall, and boom. Congrats, Joe. Excellent job on your first place finish.
So that wraps it up here for New Era Fitness. Now let's dive right into the action for Movement Lab New Jersey's upcoming event. For New Jersey's event, my number 3 pick is gonna be Jamie Ron. Now Jamie has been a good friend of mine, and he's helped me build obstacles over the years, and he's trained at Movement Lab a lot. So I know that he's super familiar with the obstacles. He's also won the M-Lab Championship Cup, I think like 3 years in a row, or I think it's like 2 years and then 1 year apart. It doesn't matter. He's really freaking good, and I expect him to do super well this coming weekend. So be sure to look out for him. Definitely pick him for your fantasy roster, and good luck, Jamie. So Jamie was my 3rd pick. My 2nd pick is gonna be Dan Galiczynski. Now I'm picking Dan not only because he's a phenomenal athlete, but he also goes way back. He's been training at the Movement Lab since it was called the Warrior Lab, actually. So he's been around for a super long time. He's got videos on mine and Brian's backyard course from back in the day, so you know that he's legit. Plus he's got, you know, super strong training background. I'm expecting him to do really, really well this weekend. So definitely put him on your fantasy roster, awfantasy.com. Make your roster. Looking forward to seeing what Dan can do. Good luck, Dan. Now this last pick is the pick that I am probably most excited for, because coming to Movement Lab New Jersey this weekend, we have probably one of the biggest names in the sport, Perry Osterley. Now Perry has competed in China, he's competed everywhere. He's traveled the entire world training and competing Ninja Warrior stuff. He originally airs from the Netherlands. He's known for the Netherlands Ninja Warrior page. And this guy is flying all the way in from there just to come hang out, compete, and run in a National Ninja League competition. So again, we have somebody coming all the way from overseas, so you know these competitors are super serious. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Perry can do. I'm hoping the jet lag doesn't affect him, but regardless, he's gonna do phenomenal. Definitely pick him for your fantasy roster, and Perry, I'm excited to see what you're gonna do. So that wraps it up here this week. Remember to like, comment your favorites, subscribe to our channel. Remember, when you're on Instagram, look for us at National Ninja League, and remember to hashtag True Ninja Training, because if you're a true ninja, you should be hashtagging your True Ninja Training. That about does it for me. I'm Chris Wachewski, and peace out, my glib globs.